Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a recap of our ski trip to Heavenly Mountain in Lake Tahoe. At this point, I had only skied on the East Coast, so I was really curious if West Coast skiing lived up to the hype. Some friends and I were in California, so we decided to extend our trip and spend 2 weeks in and around Lake Tahoe. The lake is home to the largest concentration of ski resorts in the country. I think there's 11 in total, but we focused on the 3 Vail resorts that are on the Epic Pass. That's Heavenly, Northstar, and Kirkwood. Each ski resort is a little different, so I'm glad we tried them all, but today's video is going to focus on Heavenly and the South Lake Tahoe region. Stay tuned for parts 2 and 3 where I'll cover Northstar and Kirkwood. We drove in from San Francisco and flew out of Reno. My first impression was that Lake Tahoe is absolutely stunning in the winter. The water is so turquoise blue, it's unreal, and it's surrounded by these snowy white Sierra Nevada mountains. What's really unique about Tahoe is that it receives over 200 inches of snow every year, so much snow that it's usually recorded in feet and not inches. But despite that, it still gets about 300 sunny days a year, and the lake never freezes, even in the coldest winter months. So skiing here is really unreal. You have this fluffy deep powder and these clear blue skies, and I've heard that in the shoulder season you can even ski and surf in the same day, so it's a very unique experience. We spent most of our time at Heavenly, which is located in South Lake Tahoe on the southeastern section of the lake. The mountain has 97 runs spread across 4,800 skiable acres, and it actually straddles the California and Nevada border, so you can actually ski 2 states in a single day. Heavenly sits at the highest elevation out of all the Lake Tahoe ski resorts at just over 10,000 feet, so it has some of the best views of the lake as you're skiing. It also offers tree skiing. Something like 75% of the resort's skiable acres are actually in the trees. So since Heavenly is so large, it has 4 different base areas. You have California and Heavenly Village on the California state side, and then Boulder and Stagecoach lodges on the Nevada side. You can rent gear from any lodge and even pick up and drop off your ski gear at any of the 3 resorts that make up Vail's Tahoe trifecta. So if you're starting your ski trip at Heavenly but ending at Northstar, you don't have to worry about driving an hour extra just to return your equipment, which I thought was really nice. Most of the scenic runs are on the California side, so I would say that part of the mountain was a bit more popular and therefore also more crowded. The largest parking lot is also on the California Lodge side, so if you're a beginner, you might want to stay close to this area. Most of the green runs and the ski school is here. With that being said, there's actually very few green runs at Heavenly, so I wouldn't say it's the most beginner-friendly mountain, and you'll have a lot more fun if you can comfortably ski at least blues. I always highly recommend taking lessons. I think that has helped me the most with improving my abilities, and I would say the instructor I had at Heavenly was one of the best I've ever had. Heavenly is really famous for its gondola. It's an aerial tram that connects the town of South Lake Tahoe with the mountain. It's located on the California side and zips almost 2.5 miles up into the sky, giving you the feeling that you're directly above the lake. I recommend riding it at least once, even if you're not a skier. It's a very scenic experience, and gondola tickets are included with your Heavenly lift ticket. If some people in your group don't ski, they can still ride the tram to the top just to soak in the view, and then you can all have lunch together at Tamarack Lodge, and they can see the mountain that way. When it comes to planning out the day, there's the question of whether you should focus on the California side or the Nevada side. Obviously ski both, but I recommend starting the day at California Lodge since it has the largest parking lot and also all the beginner green runs. So it's a nice warm up to start your day. Also, the California side overlooks Lake Tahoe, so it has all the most scenic runs here. If you want constant views of the sapphire blue lake, you'll want to check out Ridge Run. Roundabout was also a nice run. Then in the afternoon, make your way over to the Nevada side, which is personally my favorite. This part of the mountain overlooks Carson Valley, so you get more mountain views. You don't really see the lake, but you do also get some really nice long runs and less crowds here. Most of the easy to intermediate blue runs are in this side. There's Olympic, which is a really nice wide 5.5 mile cruiser. If you're looking for some extreme chutes, you have Kilbrew and Mott Canyon on this side as well. Personally, I really liked the Galaxy area. The lift here is a little bit slower, so it's a much quieter section of the mountain. And it also closes early at 3 p.m., but there are some nice long easy blues here like Perimeter, Outlaw, and Galaxy. There's also Skyline Trail, which is directly opposite Ridge Run, and instead of offering views over the lake, it has really wide open views of the mountain and the valley below. If you want to try tree skiing, dip into Aries Woods on a snowy day. Snow in Tahoe can be unpredictable, but we got lucky, and since we were there for 2 weeks, it actually snowed 2 to 3 times during our trip. I will say one of the downsides to Heavenly is there are quite a number of flat traverses, especially if you're crossing back and forth from Nevada to California. We saw a lot of snowboarders unbuckling and just walking, but once you get a feel for the mountain and the layout, you can mostly avoid the cat tracks. Overall, skiing at Heavenly was such a fun experience, and then one of the great parts about staying near Heavenly is there's so much to do in South Lake Tahoe. There's a bunch of casinos on the Nevada side if that's your thing, or you can book a VRBO or an Airbnb if you're skiing with a big group. Edgewater is a really beautiful luxury hotel in the area, while the Coachman is a really cool, kind of funky motel that's been newly renovated. As far as where to eat and drink, we went to Scusa multiple times. It's a homey, like Italian restaurant with traditional Southern Italian style pastas and seafood. All of the pastas that we tried here were so good. Edgewood Tavern has a really fun lobby bar if you want a more kind of trendy, glamorous experience. Tahoe in general is pretty low-key, so Edgewood is probably the fanciest spot in town. And then we also really liked Community Speakeasy. It's a cool bar and it has live music and craft cocktails, and it's hidden inside Social House. The drinks here were so good. Everything is made fresh right in front of you, and I highly recommend that speakeasy if you like drinks. And overall, yeah, we just had such a great time at Heavenly. The views are literally postcard perfect. It's one of the most scenic ski resorts in the country. You really won't find views anywhere else quite like this. So that's a little bit about our ski trip to Heavenly. Stay tuned for upcoming videos on Northstar and Kirkwood. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.